Cochise Gymnasium. Lee Patterson with you as we get you ready for tip-off here between Eastern Arizona College and Cochise College. Women's basketball action here on a Saturday afternoon from Cochise Gymnasium. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday wherever you are joining us from today. This is an important matchup late in the conference season for both these teams. If Eastern Arizona College can get a win here this afternoon, they will put themselves in the driver's seat to get the number 2 seed in the Division I women's postseason district tournament. Coming into today on the women's basketball side, the standings look like this. Women's basketball standings, if I can hit all the right buttons. Arizona Western sits atop the league. They've won 5 in a row. They're 21-3 overall, 12-2 in the league. Cochise College is 18-7 overall, 10-3 in the league. Eastern Arizona just behind them at 10-4 and 19-6 in the league. And College of Southern Nevada currently the number 4 seed at 17-7 and 7-6 on the season. Let's take a look at the starting lineups this afternoon. First for Misty Opat's Cochise College Apaches. Number 3, Jessie Joachim. Number 10, Michelle Incolo. Number 11, Carolina Padilla. Number 13, Michaela Silas. And number 24, Kaylin Asbury. The starting lineup for Angelica DePaulo's Eastern Arizona College Gila Monsters. 0, Sarah Dang. Number 1, Millie Pearson. Number 4, E. Dagans. Number 22, Stephanie Gonsalves. And number 24, Ashlyn Clarkson, the starting 5. It'll be Clarkson and Incolo to jump center, one by the Apaches right to left into the front court. Out on top, Asbury with the standing dribble, right side to Silas. Silas hit the game winner in Douglas in their last meeting with 0.9 seconds to play. Drives the lane, turnaround over Dang, on the way and good for Michaela Silas. 2-0 Cochise College. Into the front court, E. Dagans with it. On top to Dang. Dang to Clarkson. Clarkson tries to get it back door, stolen away by Joachim out on top for the Apaches. Off to Asbury into the front court. Left side to Incolo, works against Pearson, faces the basket. Now hands it off to Silas. Silas against Gonsalves. Out on top, gets a screen. Double team comes. Down to Incolo. Right side to Joachim. Off the glass and good. 4-0 Cochise College on top. Dang into the front court. Right side to Gonsalves. Finds Clarkson down low. Goes to the glass. Leaves it short. And Joachim with the rebound. Previous meetings between these two teams this season, the first meeting of the year came December 4th. Eastern Arizona College got the win, 53-48 in that one. Asbury with 7 to shoot, goes left on Dagans, drives the lane, scoop shot is good. 3 for 3 from the floor is Cochise to start, and they lead 6-0. So that first matchup went to Eastern Arizona College. The second one at Cochise, a 54-51 loss for the Monsters on that last second Silas three-pointer. Steal by the Apaches. Joachim to Incolo, left-handed off the glass, over the rim, no good. Pulled down by Clarkson for the Monsters. Into the front court, Gonsalves with it, into the right corner. Now on top to Dang. Only 3 more games left in the season after this one tonight. Pearson down low, shakes the defender and rolls it over the rim, and good. 6-2, Monsters on the board with 7:26 to play in the first quarter. Asbury into the front court on the standing dribble against Dagans. Left side to Padilla. She drives against Millie Pearson, and a foul going to be called on Pearson. That'll be the first on her, first team foul as well. To the line will be Carolina Padilla, 5'9" sophomore from Douglas. First free throw is off the rim, no good. Busy day on campus here at Eastern Arizona College. Got a couple of basketball games inside. Cochise and Eastern baseball playing outside as well, and the Eastern softball team taking on Luna Community College out of New Mexico today as well. 7-2, Eastern Arizona College on top. Into the front court, Pearson drives, and she traveled with the basketball. Cochise College on top, 6:50 to play. In the first quarter of this one, Padilla gets back door behind Gonzalez and lays it up and in, 9-2. Cochise College out to a quick start here this afternoon at Eastern Arizona College. Winner of this one pretty much secures at least second place in the conference tournament. Down low to Millie Pearson from E. Dagans on the nice assist to make it 9-4 Cochise College. Asbury into the front court against Dagans. Gets a screen from Nkola, and then we'll have a jump ball as Millie Pearson doing the dirty work to pick up the alternating possession. Into the Eastern Arizona College lineup will be number 14, Denasia Romero, freshman from Eugene, Oregon, replacing Stephanie Gonzalez. Eastern basketball down 5, into the front court, Dang with it, stolen away by Nkolo on the pass back, and she'll go coast to coast and lay it up and in. That's twice passes on top got picked off by Cochise College, and they've led to run out fast breaks. Dang on top to Pearson. Now over to Dagans. Monsters down 11-4. Left side to Romero. On top to Pearson. Pearson back to Dagans. Dagans going to spot up for a three from the right side and buries it for E. Dagans. 11-7, Cochise College on top. They've led the entire way so far in this one, 5 minutes in. Silas with the ball right side. On top to Padilla. Padilla tries to reverse, but Romero stays in front. Now back near side, crossover. Padilla gets through, drives. Scoop shot is good for Carolina Padilla. Into the front court, Dagans with the basketball. Standing dribble, right side, now on top to Pearson. Pearson to Dagans, try it again. Nope, instead swing it around to Romero. She'll step into a three. Back iron, no good. Clarkson with the offensive rebound for the Monsters, and they get a fresh 20 seconds. Dagans feeling it for three. In and out, no good. Dang high for the rebound, but then throws it away out of bounds as he tries to save it on the far side. Checking into the Eastern Arizona College lineup, number 23, Lucia Ausa, freshman from Montevideo, Uruguay, replacing Millie Pearson. Cochise basketball leading 13-7, 4:42 to play here in the first quarter. Joaquim with the ball left side, on top to Silas. Silas to Nkolo, gets around the defense, knocked out of bounds, off of the knee of Michelle Nkolo. Nice defense from Ausa as she came off the bench, and her first action of the game results in a steal. Dagans into the front court. Floats in the lane and hits for E. Dagans. The Monsters looking for somebody to take control offensively, and E. Dagans happy to oblige. Into the front court, Monsters down 13-9. Padilla turns the corner, pulls up from 10. Front iron, no. Rebounded by Joaquim. Reverse over the rim, no good. Pulled down by Clarkson for the Monsters. Off to Dagans. Dagans on the run. Out on top, Ausa. Traveled with the basketball. Thought about it too long, did Ausa, and drug her pivot foot on the way to the bucket. Turnover back to Cochise College. Apaches lead 13-9, 3:52 to play in the first quarter. Asbury running the point, right side to Joaquim, loses her footing, and a whistle and a foul going to be called on Ashlyn Clarkson. Last time we saw the Monsters here at home, Clarkson was on the receiving end, a couple of those 50-50 iffy calls by the officials, and she gets another one here this afternoon. Silas to inbound, into Padilla, left side, turnaround jumper, no good. Clarkson with position and the rebound for the Monsters. Into the front court, Dang with the basketball left side. Now on top, thinks about the three, now swings it to Dagans. Dagans gets the screen from Clarkson, drives the lane, pump fake, Padilla flies by, and the floater by E. Dagans. Talking to herself on the way down the floor. She's in the zone. She's got 7 of the team's 11, and the Monsters have cut the lead to 2. 3:18 to play in the first quarter. Asbury on top to Padilla left side. Gets a screen from Incolo, stolen away, and a whistle and a foul called on Ausa. That'll be the first on Ausa. And Helica DePaulo does not like that call. Neither did anybody else in here wearing purple and gold or pink. It is pink out day. Technically, it's I Love EAC day. But Cochise basketball, front court left. Joaquim will inbound for the Apaches. Into Incolo, left corner, now back on top to Silas. Silas with the jab step, goes right. Dang stays with her on her hip. Back to Joaquim, left side. Loses the handle and the ball. Chased down by Silas with 10 to shoot. Leaves it back to Joaquim. And then she throws it over the head of Padilla underneath. And Joaquim working on that left knee. I think the knee she hurt when she fell earlier. Trying to make a move on Clarkson. Eastern basketball can tie or take the lead on this possession. 2:50 to play first quarter. Dagans into the front court, left side to Ausa. Ausa drives, gets past the defender, scores it. Well, they're going to say foul before the shot. The foul will go on number 10, Michelle Incolo, her first. First team foul. Eastern will inbound baseline right with 20 on the shot clock. Romero to inbound. In on top to Dagans, step back. Now drives left, gets into the paint, kicks it on top to Romero. She sets her feet for a three. Yes, for Denasia Romero. And the Monsters lead 14-13. Their first lead of the day. 2:26 to play first quarter. Asbury into the front court, left side to Incolo. Works on Ausa. Spins in the paint. Too hard off the glass, no good. And then a foul called on Incolo as she was over the top of Ausa on the rebound. That'll be her second and the second team foul. Into the lineup for Cochise College will be number 34, Letitia Kamdoum, the sophomore from Douala, Cameroon. Into the front court, Dagans with it, drives underneath to Romero, off the glass and good. E. Dagans in that zone. We've seen her in it before. And she is locked in early. Monsters by 3, under 2 to play in the first quarter. Asbury, right side. Now to Kamdoum. Gives it back to Padilla. Padilla drives over Clarkson, blocked, and Clarkson pulls down the rebound. Off to Dagans. Dagans sprints, kicks to Dang. Dang follows. Out on top to Ausa. Ausa gonna fire the long three, back iron no good, and a rebounding foul called on Romero. She had 2 hands in the back of the Apaches player, and that'll be her first, fourth team foul. 1:29 to play first quarter, 16-13. Eastern on top. Cochise basketball, right to left. Asbury at the point. Looks for a screen from Silas, instead goes right side to Joaquim. Now on top to Silas. She can shoot from pretty much anywhere on the floor. Kicks it back out to Asbury. Gets a screen from Padilla. Double team comes, now leaves it to Kamdoum. Kamdoum picks up her dribble, right side to Joaquim. Joaquim against Clarkson, cut off, fade away on the way, over the rim, no good, and pulled down by Dagans on the weak side. Left to right into the front court, under a minute to play. Monsters with a 3-point lead here in the first quarter. Left side to Dang. On top to Ausa. Ausa to Dang, back to Dagans. Dagans drives, reverses on top to Clarkson. Clarkson back to Romero with 10 to shoot. 41 seconds left in the quarter. Comes right around a screen, leaves it on the floater, and no good by Clarkson, but a whistle and a foul called in the paint. I think it's going to be on Silas. That'll be her first. Into the Cochise lineup will be number 77, Paule Njokwe, 5'10" freshman, also from Cameroon. At the line for the Gila Monsters, Ashlyn Clarkson. First one off the heel of the rim, no good. 36 seconds to play, first quarter. Monsters with a 3-point lead. They trailed 9-2, so it's a 14-4 run for Eastern since that point. Second one by Clarkson rolls off as well. Padilla with the rebound for the Apaches. Off to Silas. Goes right, working against Dang, gets into the paint. Knocked away by Dang, picked back up by Silas. Turnaround, fade away, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Padilla on the weak side. She drives, reverse layup is short. Clarkson with the rebound. Monsters can hold for the final shot. 13 seconds as Dagans gets into the front court. Down to 9. Crosses over. Dagans gets in the paint, leaves it for Clarkson, floats it off the glass too hard, and out of bounds. With 0.7 seconds to play, it will be Cochise basketball. I suspect they'll just get it in and get to the end of the first quarter here, and they do. Into the first quarter here at Eastern Arizona College with the score. Gila Monsters 16, Apaches 13. We'll be back after this timeout. Start the second quarter in this one. Eastern leads at 16-13. On the floor for the Monsters will be Ausa, Dang, Dagans, Romero, and Clarkson. It'll be Cochise basketball to start the second quarter. Silas, Padilla, Joaquim, Njoku, and Asbury on the floor for Cochise College to start the second quarter. Silas will inbound. Into Asbury. Right side to Joaquim. Back to Padilla. Padilla loses her footing, swings it over to Joaquim. Now back to Asbury, still 15 to shoot. Right corner to Njoku. Spins. Nowhere to go. Backdoor to Padilla. Left side to Joaquim. Can't hit the shot and pulled down by Clarkson. Clarkson was able to alter that shot on the way up. And Monsters back in possession. Dang into the front court. On top to Ausa. Left side to Dagans. Dagans curls. Spins. On top to Romero. Romero steps through, into the paint, no good. Rebounded is loose. Clarkson pulls it down. Her floater is too hard off the back of the rim. Dang with the rebound and the putback for the Monsters. 18-13, Monsters by 5. Asbury into the front court. On the standing dribble. Right side to Joaquim. Out on top to Silas. Silas against Dang, turns the corner, gets to the paint, and a reach-in foul called against Sarah Dang on the Monsters. That'll be her first team foul. Into the lineup for the Apaches will be number 2, Leslyn Penge. 6'5" freshman from Johannesburg, South Africa. Silas to inbound, into Padilla, blocked by Romero. Ball is loose, and Romero picks it up for the Monsters. Off to Dagans, on the run. Monsters have numbers. Left side to Clarkson, to the glass, lays it up and in. 20-13, Monsters out to a 7-point lead in this one. Into the front court, right side, whistle and a foul called against the Monsters. The foul will go on E. Dagans, her first, second team foul.
That was number 4, E. Dagans, her first, second team foul.
It'll be Cochise basketball. Baseline right. Silas to inbound from there. Into Njokwe. Now back to Silas. 18-foot jumper is over the rim, no good. Kicked around, but finally picked up by Romero for the Monsters. Into the front court, left to right. Sarah Dang with it. The Monsters with a 7-point lead. On top to Ausa. Now to Dagans. Dagans goes right around Padilla. Fades, and a traveling violation called against Dagans. 8:06 to play first half. Monsters by 7 in a must-win for Eastern to host a region playoff game. Into the front court, Asbury with the basketball, fades away over Dagans and puts it in from about 15 for the Apaches. 20-15, that ends the scoring run for the Monsters. Monsters still on top by 5. Into the front court to Romero, left side. Now on top to Ausa. Ausa goes left on Njokwe, gets to the glass, a little too hard over the rim, no good, and that goes out of bounds off of Cochise College, and it will be Eastern basketball. Checking in for Cochise will be number 3, Jesse Joachim. They're going to put 15 on the shot clock. We've got 15 on the shot clock with some help from EA assistant coach Chris Corona. Anytime you have a new person on some equipment, something's going to happen that's not usual. It always happens. Dagans with the basketball now for Eastern with 10 to shoot. Gets a screen. Leaves it for Clarkson on top. Clarkson faces the basket, 5 to shoot. Off to Dang now. Dang fades away from the left elbow. In and out, no good. And pulled down by Joachim for Cochise College. Into the front court, right to left. Padilla with it. Goes left to Njokwe. Running floater won't go, and a whistle and a foul called against the Monsters. It's going to go on Lucia Ausa, her second. And that's going to put in, that'll put Pauly Njokwe at the line. Into the Eastern lineup will be number 12, Celestine Segretain, sophomore from France, making her first appearance, replacing Lucia Ausa. Njokwe at the line for the Apaches. Fires the first and in for Njokwe, her first point. 20-16, Monsters by 4, 7:05 to play first half. Second one on the way and falls for Njokwe. 2 for 2 at the line for her. And the Monsters lead is 3 with 7 minutes to play in the first half. Dang into the front court around a double screen. Off to Dagans. On top to Romero. Romero back to Dagans. Gets a screen. Comes to the right. Now back to Romero. Sets her feet for a 3. Short and pulled down by Padilla. Into the front court right side. Now leaves it for Asbury. Rack right side. Stolen away by Eastern Arizona. E. Dagans with it. Dagans into the paint, and a traveling violation called on Dagans. The second time she's got into the paint and tried that extra Euro step, and the officials have called it both times. 6:30 left in the first half. Monsters lead 20-17. They've held Cochise to just 4 points here in the second quarter. The Monsters have only scored 2, though. The other 2 meetings between these two, fairly low scoring as well, and a steal by Dagans. Monsters on the run, 3-on-2. Dagans leaves it to Romero, left side to the glass, and good for Denasia Romero. 22-17. Monsters on top with 6 minutes to play in the first half. Asbury into the front court, goes left on Dagans. Scoop shot, no good, but a whistle and a foul called on Dagans. That'll be her second. Into the Eastern lineup will be number 2, Trinity Alex Mayer, freshman from Anchorage, Alaska. And they're going to say that whistle came in the act of shooting, even though it came out 15 feet from the basket is when the whistle blew. Asbury at the line for 2. Her first one on the way and off the back of the iron, no good. She'll get one more. Fires around and off, no good. Rebound is loose and out of bounds off of Joachim. It will be Eastern basketball. No fouls called against Cochise College here in the second quarter. 4 called against the Monsters. Dang with the basketball, left to right, into the front court. Near side to Alex Mayer. Now back to Dang, gets a screen, goes left, spins, and an offensive foul called on Sarah Dang with that outstretched left hand. She doesn't like the call, but she definitely extended that left arm and shoved off on her way to the basket. That'll be the 5th team foul, so the Apaches will go to the foul line the remaining 5:42 of this first half. Cochise basketball, backcourt left, over the head of Asbury. She'll chase it down against Alex Mayer. Into the front court, goes right around a screen. Now Asbury spins, scoops, and one for Asbury. Count the basket. The foul will go on number 2, Trinity Alex Mayer, her first. Into the Eastern lineup will be number 22, Stephanie Gonzalez, replacing Sarah Dang. 22-19. Monsters on top. And now Kaylin Asbury to the line for Cochise for the and one. On the way, in and out, no good. Segretain with the rebound for Eastern. Out to Romero. Now back into the hands of Gonzalez to run the point. Gonzalez, left side, Romero, 3-ball on the way, short. Joachim pulls it down for Cochise. Into the front court, Silas works against Gonzalez. Leaves it backdoor for Padilla on the high pick and roll, and she'll lay it up and in. Cochise back to within 1, 22-21 with under 5 minutes to play. Cochise has outscored Eastern 8-4 here in the second quarter. Gonzalez goes right to Romero. Around a screen from Clarkson. Off to Alex Mayer. Alex Mayer goes left. Out on top to Segretain. Sets her feet for a 3. In and out, no good. Joachim with the rebound, and then a foul called on Eastern, and that'll send Joachim to the line to shoot 2. That foul will go on Gonzalez. Still 0 fouls called against the Apaches. 7 called against the Monsters here in this quarter. Jesse Joachim to the line, the 6'2 sophomore. First one is good. Ties the game at 22. She'll go back to the line for her second. That one is good as well. Cochise back on top now, 23-22 with 4:33 to play in the first half. Gonzalez with the basketball. Right side to Segretain. Hands it off to Romero. Romero gets it to Clarkson. Behind the three-point line, back to Romero. Romero, and one for Denasia Romero. The foul will go on 13, Michaela Silas. That'll be her second, first team foul against the Apaches, and Denasia Romero at the line to try to make it a three-point play for the Monsters. Free throw is good for Romero, gives the Monsters a 2-point lead. 10 points for Denasia Romero off the bench for Eastern Arizona. 25-23, Eastern leads. Right side, Joaquim gets the feed. The help came from Clarkson. Nobody home on the weak side, and Joaquim had a clean layup, 25-25. Under 4 to play in the first half. Segretain with the basketball on top to Alex Mayer. Right side to Segretain. Goes right, gets around Njokwe. Pump fake, off the glass and good for Segretain. Nice take there by Celestine to give the Monsters a 27-25 lead. Into the front court, Padilla. Right side to Joaquim, now on top to Asbury. Gets a screen, goes left into the paint against Alex Mayer. Scoop shot is good. 27-27, shot for shot. These two going back and forth here in this first half. Gonsalves with the basketball around a screen, left side to Segretain. Back to Gonsalves. Comes right, now sets her feet for a three. In and out, no good. Chased down by Padilla for Cochise. Padilla weaves her way through traffic down to Joaquim, can't hit the shot, and Gonsalves pulls down the rebound for the Monsters. Into the front court, around a screen, Gonsalves goes left against Padilla. Spins it on top, Segretain, sets her feet straight on. Off the right side, no good, and Joaquim rips down another rebound for the Apaches, her 6th of the first half. Padilla off to Silas. Silas sets her feet for a straightaway three, in and out, no good. Segretain with the rebound for the Monsters. Sprints it into the front court. We'll leave it for Gonsalves with 2:16 to play in the first half, tied at 27. Gonsalves down in the left corner, on top to Segretain, around to Romero. Romero goes left, fades, turns, short, and Njokwe with the rebound for the Apaches. She'll leave it for Kaylin Asbury. Into the front court, left side, Silas with it. Silas around a screen, goes right, leaves it in the paint, nobody home. Gonsalves with the steal, Padilla chasing her down to the glass, and a whistle and a foul on the way up against Carolina Padilla. That'll be her first. Into the Eastern Arizona College lineup will be number 5, Phelan Seigers, a freshman from Harvey, Illinois, Thornton High School, replacing Denasia Romero.
At the line for Eastern, Stephanie Gonsalves.
Stephanie Gonsalves at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is in and out, no good for Gonsalves. Gonsalves back to the line for the Monsters. Fires, free throw is good. 1 out of 2 at the line for her. Monsters up 28-27, 1:39 to play in the first half here from Thatcher. Silas into the front court against Gonsalves, goes right, now leaves it back to Joaquim. Joaquim drives on Clarkson, blocked by Clarkson, she gets the rebound. Long pass ahead to Seigers. Seigers will slow it down, leaves it for Segretain. Now back to Gonsalves. Between the circles, Monsters will work offense. Gonsalves drives, kicks it in the corner. Alex Mayer for 3. Back iron, no. Padilla with the rebound. Ball's loose and stolen away by Seigers for the Monsters. They'll get it back with a minute to play. Gonsalves with it, right side to Alex Mayer. Back to Gonsalves. Gets a screen with 7 to shoot, leaves it for Clarkson. She's gonna fire a 3, good for Ashlyn Clarkson. And the Monsters lead 31-27 with 40 seconds to play in the first half. Asbury into the front court, works against Alex Mayer. 19 to shoot, goes left, gets around the defender. Floater in the lane, won't go. Clarkson with the rebound. Monsters can hold for the final shot. That's 10 rebounds for Ashlyn Clarkson in the first half. 31-27, Monsters on top. 17 seconds to play in the first half. Gonsalves goes left, In the corner, Segretain, and throws it out of bounds past her as Segretain was set just up the line a little bit. And Jokwe to inbound. Into Silas, 7 seconds to play. She hit the game winner with less time in Douglas. Silas goes right, keeps coming in the corner. Joaquim not able to get a shot off. And we'll go to halftime here at Eastern Arizona College with the score. Eastern 31 and Cochise 27. We'll be back for halftime, after halftime, shortly.
Center court, mini cheer, head on down. Parents of mini cheer, they will be facing away from the table. Just so you're aware, parents of mini cheer, they're going to be facing away from the table. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mini Monster Cheer. How about one more round of applause for your Mini Monster cheerleaders? They will be performing again at halftime of the men's game, so stick around and join us for the halftime of the men's game to enjoy another production from your Mini Monster Cheer.
Welcome back here to Eastern Arizona College. Lee Patterson with you. Eastern leads at 31-27 at the break. Let's take a quick look at the scoring in the first half. For Cochise College, 2 points for Michelle Incolo, 7 for Carolina Padilla, 2 points for Michaela Silas, 8 for Kaylin Asbury, 6 for Jessie Joachim, and 2 for Paulette Njokwe. For Eastern Arizona, 2 for Sarah Dang, 4 for Millie Pearson, 7 for E. Dagans, 1 for Stephanie Gonzalez, 5 for Ashlyn Clarkson, 2 points for Celestine Segretain, and 10 for Denasia Romero to lead all scores. Dagans, Dang, Gonzalez, Clarkson, and Pearson to start the second half for the Monsters. They'll be in possession. Dagans drives, kicks it out to Dang. Dang wants a screen from Clarkson, steps back for the long three. Short. Rebound is loose, and a foul called on the Monsters underneath. It's going to be on Eastern Arizona College E. Dagans. That'll be her third, and the first against the Monsters here in the third quarter. Into the front court, Padilla with it, on top to Asbury, around to Incolo. And Silas comes near side on the dribble to Incolo, top of the key against Pearson, goes right, runs over a defender, offensive foul called on Michelle Incolo. That's a nice job by Millie Pearson of staying vertical and keeping her feet moving. Although she wasn't set, she was vertical and in good defensive position. Trinity Alex Mayer on for Eastern. E. Dagans will sit with 3 fouls. We'll see who the Monsters move offense through with Diggins on the bench. Gonzalez into the front court, comes left, top of the key. Right side to Dang. Dang comes left into the paint. Looking for Clarkson, but Joaquim draped it all over her. 12 to shoot, left elbow jumper. Front of the rim, no good. Alex Mayer with the rebound and threw it away right into the hands of Michelle Nkolo. Off to Asbury. She'll sprint it into the front court to Silas. Eastern held Cochise without a three-pointer in the first half. Silas fades, fires, and can't hit. Rebound, and a foul called underneath against Ashlyn Clarkson. That'll be her second. Clarkson got the worst of that one as she's checking her nose to see if it's leaking at all. Looks like she's going to be okay. Silas will inbound on top to Joaquim. Down low to Nkolo, over her head and stolen by Millie Pearson. Off to Dang. Monsters with a 31-27 lead. Into the front court. Dang sprints, gets to the glass. Her scoop shot won't go. Dang ends up against the padding and wanted a whistle. Asbury sprints, leaves it to Nkolo, and she'll lay it up and in. 31-29, Monsters by 2. 2 minutes into the third quarter. Gonzalez into the front court, right side to Alex Mayer. On top to Pearson. Sprints to the paint. Left-handed layup is short over Nkolo and pulled down by Joaquim. Monsters getting some looks at the rim. Those are going to have to start to fall. Into the front court, Asbury with it. Against Alex Mayer. Near side to Silas. Now to Joaquim. Backdoor to Silas. Stolen away by Gonzalez. And it will be out of bounds off of the Monsters. 11 on the shot clock for Cochise. So Silas will inbound. Into Joaquim. Joaquim to the glass. It can't hit. Pulled down by Eastern, but then stolen back by Padilla. The outlet pass, just not enough juice on it, and a whistle and a foul as Silas drives. Will go on Sarah Dang. That'll be her third. So now both Monster guards have 3 fouls, Dagans and Dang, and Carolina Padilla. Check that. Michaela Silas will go to the line to shoot 2. She did not attempt a free throw in the first half. Her first free throw is good. Cuts the Monster lead to 1, 31-30. Second one is good as well. Timeout, Eastern Arizona College. 7:31 to play in the third quarter. Eastern 31, Cochise 31. We'll be back after this timeout. Seven minutes, 31 seconds to play in the third quarter here at Eastern Arizona College. 31-31, Eastern and Cochise all knotted up. The Monsters have started the last couple of quarters particularly slow. They have yet to score in the first 2.5 minutes of this third quarter. Gonzalez with the basketball, left side, gets a screen, goes to the basket against Padilla, and she pushes off with her left hand. Offensive foul called against Stephanie Gonzalez. That'll be her second. Already the 4th foul called against the Monsters here in this one. One more foul and Cochise will shoot the remainder of the quarter. Into the front court, Asbury with it. Right side to Padilla. Comes left, runs into a defender, and then a whistle and a foul called against Millie Pearson. That's the 5th already. The next 7 minutes of this one. Next 7 minutes of this third quarter, every foul will send Cochise to the line. Padilla to the line for Cochise. Fires the first, and it's good. Cochise regains the lead with 7:01 to play in the third. Now the second is good by Padilla as well. 33-31. Cochise has outscored Eastern 6-0 here to start the third quarter. Dang into the front court. Right side to Gonsalves. And a whistle and a foul away from the basketball. I think it's going to go on Joaquim down low. It is on Jesse Joaquim. And the Bronx cheer for the officials for calling a foul against the Apaches. Eastern will inbound, baseline right with Trinity Alex Mayer. Lobs it in on top to Gonsalves. Goes left, drives, finds some room, gets to the glass and scores it for Stephanie Gonsalves. Ties the game at 33 with 6:40 to play. 3 points for Gonsalves this afternoon. Into the front court, Padilla drives against Dang, no good, and a whistle and a foul. That's going to be 4 on Sarah Dang. And we'll see Lucia Ausa off the bench for the Monsters. Ausa will check in, replacing Dang, who will sit the rest of the third quarter for sure, and maybe longer with 4 fouls. Padilla at the line for Cochise. At the rate of the fouls in this one, it is going to be a free throw shooting contest down the stretch. Second one, no good. Gonsalves with the rebound for Eastern. She turns and sprints into the front court. On top to Alex Mayer. She'll drive right side. Now through the paint, back on top to Gonsalves. Goes left, pulls up from 15, straight away, off the glass and good. Stephanie Gonsalves, back-to-back buckets for Gonsalves, and the Monsters back on top 35-34 with 6 minutes to play in the third. Silas with the basketball. Out on top, goes around a screen. Now step back on Gonsalves, drives, floats, leaves it around, no good. Rebounded by Alex Mayer for the Monsters. Nice hustle by her to keep that one in play. Into the front court, on top to Gonsalves. And a whistle and a foul. Nope. They're going to stop the game. There was a child running onto the floor, so the official on the far side stopped play for safety reasons. Alex Mayer into Gonsalves, left side, fires a 3, air ball, and out of bounds, far side, back to Cochise. .5:28 to play in the third. Eastern by a point here in this one. If they win here today, actually if Eastern wins out, including today, they'll get the number 2 seed in the region tournament, which means a home game, at least one. Padilla around a screen, loses her footing, and she traveled with the basketball. Via turnover, back to Eastern. Back in for Eastern, number 12, Celestine Segretain. She will replace Millie Pearson. Eastern basketball, 5:10 to play in the third. Monsters by 1, 35-34. Left side, Alex Mayer. Back to Gonsalves. Out on top, she's going to drive right. Pump fake, leaves it for Clarkson. Stolen away by Joaquim on the run. Ausa back on defense. Nice strong move by Joaquim. Can't finish, and Clarkson and Joaquim tie it up underneath. Alternating possession will stay with Cochise College. Into the Eastern lineup will be number 14, Denasia Romero, replacing Stephanie Gonsalves. It'll be Cochise basketball. Baseline left, Silas to inbound to to Joaquim. Out on top to Silas. Silas works against Ausa. Knocked away by Lucia and picked up by Romero. And she says we're going to slow it down and run some offense. Into the front court, Romero gets a screen, goes left, poked away by Padilla, but into the hands of Ausa. Ausa goes right, spins left, floats it up, off the back of the iron, no good. Joaquim with the rebound. Monsters only getting one opportunity on the offensive end. It's been one and done. 35-34, Monsters by one, 4:11 to play in the third. Nkolo on top to Asbury. Back to Silas. Silas drives, kicks it left side to Nkolo. Underneath, blocked by Romero, and the Monsters on the run, and Romero loses it out of bounds. Bounces off the scorer's table. It will be Cochise basketball. It'll be into the Cochise lineup. Will be number 77, Paulé Njokwe. Cochise basketball, front court right. Padilla will inbound. Into Silas. Out on top to Asbury. Looking for a screen. Gets one from Nkolo. Spins. Floats for 15. Good for Kaylin Asbury. 36-35. Eastern down one. Right side to Clarkson. Clarkson double team, and she's fouled as she backs her way down. The foul going to go on he called it on 30. The foul was on Michelle Nkolo. That'll be her fourth. Romero spins, baseline right. Out on top. And a whistle and a foul. The foul will go on Ashlyn Clarkson. That's going to put Cochise at the line with 3:22 to play in the third. Into the lineup for Cochise, number 3, Jesse Joaquim. So they're going to say it's an offensive foul, not going to shoot free throws. Asbury to inbound into Silas. Silas against Ausa near side. Down low, right side to Joaquim. Joaquim trying to spin, fade away. Jumper goes for Jesse Joaquim. 38-35, Cochise by 3 with 3:04 to play in the third quarter. Romero into the front court. On top to Ausa against Padilla. Ausa will back it up now against Padilla with 10 to shoot. Gets a screen, goes right, gets to the glass, and she's fouled on the way by. I think they're going to say it was on the ground. It's going to be on 11. Padilla, her second. Third team foul. Check that, fourth team foul. And they are going to stay on the shot, so Lucia Ausa will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Monsters. Ausa looking for her first points of the afternoon. First one is good for Lucia. The officials getting together in between free throws. Talking about something. No guesses from here. No guesses from the peanut gallery. Second one by Ausa is good as well. 2 for 2 at the line for her. She's got 2, and the Monsters back to within 1. 38-37. Padilla against Romero. Now to Joaquim. Now back to Silas. Silas goes left around a screen into the paint. Floater is blocked. Picked up by Ausa. And it will be Eastern basketball. The baseline official asked for some help. The far side official said it was Eastern basketball. it definitely is tough when you're the baseline official and 4 bodies go flying and the ball goes the other way. 37, Monsters down 1, 38-37. Romero with it, right side to Ausa. Spins, steps, floats, and rolls it in for Lucia Ausa. Tough shot for Ausa to give the Monsters the lead with 2:05 to play in the third. Silas steps into a 3 the other way. Short, rebounded by Joaquim. Short, rebounded by Clarkson, and she's fouled. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul will go on Jessie Joaquim. That'll be her second. Clarkson will go to the line for the Monsters. She's had a big rebounding game so far for the Monsters. Clarkson with 13 rebounds this afternoon. And 5 points. She'll go to the line for the first time today. Check that. She was 0 for 2 in the first half. First free throw is good for Clarkson. Monsters back up by 2. Now one more for Clarkson. Fires in and out, no good. Rebound is loose, and Asbury chases it down for the Apaches. 1:54 left in the third. Monsters by 2. Asbury against Alex Mayer into the front court. Goes left, sprints past Mayer. Pump fake, fade, turn around, rolls off, no good. Alex Mayer there for the rebound for the Monsters. Into the hands of Romero. Into the front court, Romero sprints for a 3 and buries it in transition for Denasia Romero. Nobody picked her up. He said, don't mind if I do. Monsters lead at 43-38. Silas with it left side for Cochise. Gets around Ausa, floats it in the paint, loses the handle, picked up by Padilla, and her floater will go for Cochise. 43-40, 70 seconds to play in the third. Monsters playing this second half of the third quarter without their 2 starting guards, Dang and Dagins, both with 4 fouls on the bench. Romero, heat check, short, out of bounds. And Romero takes a look over at Coach DePaulo and says, that one is on me. 56 seconds to play in the third. Monsters by 3. Put a little full court pressure on. Padilla will work it into the front court against Romero. Goes left, picks up her dribble, out on top to Silas. Silas goes right, hands it off to Padilla. Padilla goes left, turns the corner, scoop shot won't go. Joaquim with the rebound and the putback. Monsters with a 1-point lead with 31 seconds to play in the third. Monsters can take it down to 3 seconds to play in the quarter. But Romero kicks it out on top to Segretain. Crossover on Njoku. Out to Ausa with 13 to shoot. Ausa goes right, and she's fouled by Njokwe, and Lucia will go to the line to shoot 2. That'll be the first on Njokwe. Ausa, the freshman from Montevideo, Uruguay. Her and Stephanie Gonsalves played together in club ball in South America. Free throw is off, no good for Ausa. One more for Ausa. 12.2 seconds to play in the third. That one is good. 1 out of 2 at the line for Ausa. Monsters lead by 2 with 10 seconds to play in the third. Padilla sprints it into the front court, loses the handle, picked up by Romero. 6 seconds. She can shoot it to right side. 3 ball. Off the back iron and no good by Segretain. Great pass, though, by Romero to find the open shooter. Monsters take a 2-point lead into the fourth quarter. Final 10 minutes coming up right after this. Welcome back here to Eastern Arizona College. Lee Patterson with you. 10 minutes to decide this one in the fourth quarter. Monsters lead 44-42. Romero with the ball to start the fourth. Over to Ausa, right side. Back to Romero, right angle. Gets it down to Clarkson. Double team, spins, floats, off glass, no good. Rebounded by Segretain and fouled by the Apaches. It's going to be on Asbury, I believe. It is on Asbury. That'll be her first. It'll be Monster basketball, baseline right. Romero gets it into E. Dagans. Dagans, long two-point jumper, good for E. Dagans. 46-42, Monsters by 4 with 9.5 to play. Dagans playing with 4 fouls here in the fourth. Monsters did a nice job of moving offense without her on the floor, but she definitely is a key factor for that. Padilla fouled by Romero as she gets to the glass. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. That'll be the second on Romero. Padilla to the line, 12 points for her this afternoon to lead the Apaches. Back iron, no good. She went to Douglas High School, playing for her hometown Apaches, same as Clarkson, going to Pima High School, playing for her hometown Gila Monsters. It's always fun to see when you get to see these small town kids succeed at their local schools. Second one, no good either, and another rebound from Clarkson, her 14th of the afternoon. Into the front court, Dagans with the basketball. Goes left, sprints through the paint, leaves it back door to Romero. Reverse, no good. Rebounded by Clarkson, can't hit the follow, and Joaquim will clear it for Cochise. Out to Padilla. Out on top against Segretain. Now hands it off to Asbury with 8:48 to play. Right side, Njokwe. Steps through and travels with the basketball. Checking back in now for Cochise College will be Michelle Nkolo replacing Njokwe. Eastern basketball leading by 4 with 8:39 to play. Dagans into the front court, left side to Ausa. Ausa back to Dagans. Gets a screen on top to Romero. Romero gets a screen, goes right. On top to Segretain. Now to Ausa. 13 to shoot. Ausa to Romero. 10 to shoot. Romero against Silas. Left side Dagans. Dagans lobs it down for Clarkson. Clarkson back to Dagans. 3 at the buzzer. Air ball. Shot clock violation. Turnover. Back to Cochise College. 8:10 left in this one. Back and forth battle for the number 2 seed in the Region 1 tournament. Into the front court. Asbury with it. Left side to Padilla. Goes left baseline and nearly loses it out of bounds. And then stolen by Segretain. Nice hands by Celestine. And a turnover back to the Monsters. Romero with it. Into the front court. Dagans with it. On top to Clarkson. Clarkson back to Dagans, left corner Romero. Gets a screen from Segretain, spins, loses the handle, but a whistle and a foul going to be called against Padilla. And the look of bewilderment on her face. That'll be the third. It'll be Eastern basketball. Baseline left, Romero to inbound. Lobs it out on top, and a timeout called by Eastern Arizona College. Just under the 5-second violation. 7:33 to play in the game. 46-42, Eastern on top. Back after this timeout. 7 minutes, 33 seconds to play here at Eastern Arizona College. Monsters lead at 46-42. Gonzalez to inbound, baseline left. In on top to Segretain. Gets a screen from Clarkson, goes right to Dagans. Dagans will settle now between the circles. Left side to Segretain. She'll go right on Silas. Spins, floats, off the glass too hard, but a whistle and a foul going to be called on Michaela Silas. That'll put Segretain at the line to shoot 2. That'll be the third on Michaela Silas. Third team foul called against the Apaches. And Segretain at the line. 2 points for her today. First trip to the foul line. That one is good for her. We got to talk to Celestine a couple of games ago here afterwards. Second free throw good as well. I was impressed when she did an interview in English when that is not her primary language. 48-42. Eastern by 6 with 7 minutes to play. Silas with the ball left side. Around a screen. Drives, floats, and good for Michaela Silas. 48-44. Full court pressure now for Cochise. Dagans with it in the backcourt. Leaves it for Gonsalves. She'll run clock between the circles. Gets a screen from Clarkson. Goes left. Kicks it in the corner to Ausa, who can't hang on to it. Turnover. Back to Cochise. Silas has it. Lobs it to Joaquim. And she traveled with the basketball. Just couldn't stop her momentum when she caught that one underneath the basket. And it'll be a turnover. Back to Eastern. Into Gonzalez. 6.5 to play. Monsters holding on to a 4-point lead. Winner of this one, the second seed in the tournament. Dagans kicks it out to Ausa. 17 to shoot. She wants the 3. Fires. Front iron no good. Clarkson tips it to herself and then puts it back up and in on her 15th rebound of the afternoon. Check that, her 16th rebound of the afternoon. She gets the putback to give Eastern a 6-point lead. Asbury into the front court, stolen away by Ausa. 2-on-1 back the other way. Ausa to the glass, no good. Dagans with the rebound and the putback for E. Dagans. Timeout, Cochise College. 5:43 to play in the game. The Monsters out to an 8-point lead, their largest of the afternoon. We'll be back after this timeout. Minutes and 43 seconds remain here at Eastern Arizona College. The Monsters lead at 52-44. They led by 7 in the first half. They now lead by 8, their largest of the game. Full court pressure now by the Monsters into Asbury. Monsters will back off now, and she'll bring it into the front court against Dagans. Drives past her, floats it over Segretain, no good, and another rebound for Clarkson. The Monsters needed a big game on the boards from her, and so far she's delivered. Gonzalez drives right through the paint. Kicks it on top to Dagans with 15 to shoot. Dagans directing some traffic. She's going to go left to Ausa. 8 seconds. Ausa goes left to the glass. Goes up strong, no good, but a rebound by Clarkson. Can't hit the follow. Joaquim will pull down another rebound. Her 12th of the game. On top to Asbury. Monsters by 8. She's going to try a long 3. No good. And pulled down by Ausa for the Monsters. Eastern trying to run some clock here. Into the front court. Gonzalez with it. Out on top to Clarkson. Clarkson right side to Dagans with 13 to shoot. Near side to Ausa. Ausa with 8, now down to 7. Somebody's got to go. Ausa turns, spins, and throws it away. Turnover to Asbury. She's going to drive against Clarkson, and 1 for Kaylin Asbury. That'll be the 4th on Ashlyn Clarkson. So not only do the Monsters not get a bucket on that last possession, they turn it over, and it turns into a and 1 the other way. Into the lineup for the Monsters, Sarah Dang, replacing Lucia Ausa. Dang with 4 fouls as well. So now Dagans, Dang, and Clarkson all with 4 fouls for the Monsters. Nobody with more than 3. Check that. Incolo with 4 fouls for Cochise. Asbury to the line to shoot 1. In and out, no good. Clarkson pulls down another rebound. 19 for Ashlyn Clarkson in the rebounding category. Dang on top to Gonsalves. 4:11 to play. Monsters lead 52-46. On top, Segretain. Left side to Gonsalves. Goes left on Asbury. Now spins in the paint. Cut off. Back to Dagans. Dagans drives. Fades. Floats. Good for E. Dagans. 54-46. Monsters lead. Silas into the front court. Left side against Dang. Drives on her. Fades in the paint. Good for Michaela Silas. 54-48, back and forth here in this big-time conference matchup. Dagans into the front court for the Monsters, and we'll settle and wait for the rest of the team. On top, Dagans goes left to Gonsalves. Pump fake, drive, spins against Asbury. Offensive foul called on Stephanie Gonsalves. That'll be her 3rd. 54-48, Monsters lead, 3:22 to play in this one. Asbury will let the ball roll near midcourt and pick it up there against Dagans. Goes left, or goes right around the screen, fires the 3, in and out, no good. Segretain with the rebound for the Monsters. Dagans into the front court, goes right around a screen, finds some room, gets to the glass, floats it in, good for E. Dagans. 15 points for Dagans, 56-48. Monsters back by 8 with 2:53 to play. Silas into the front court against Dang. Goes right. Silas backs her way down, fades, and that's the 5th foul on Sarah Dang. So Dang will foul out of this one with 2:43 to play. Trinity Alex Mayer will check back in. Silas at the line to shoot 2. Her first is up and in. Silas sets, fires, good. 2 for 2 at the line. 56-50. Monsters by 6. Into the corner to Alex Mayer. Now to Segretain. Works against Silas, sprints it into the front court right side. Leaves it to Alex Mayer, right corner, back to Segretain. Gets to the glass, left-handed, and lays it up and in. Nice look from the corner from Alex Mayer. 58-50. Monsters lead with 2:22 to play. Silas into the front court against Dagans. Goes right, now leaves it back to Joaquim. Joaquim drives against Clarkson, and that's the 5th on Clarkson. And she's fouled out. So into the lineup for Cochise will be Paula Njokwe, and in will be Millie Pearson for Clarkson, who's fouled out of this one with 2:13 to play. This monster bench will get a test here down the stretch. At the line to shoot, Jessie Joaquim. First one is good. She is 3 for 3 at the foul line today. She'll get one more. That one is good as well. 4 for 4 for her at the line. And the Monsters' lead is 6. Dagans pushes it into the front court to Gonzalez. Gonzalez will reverse it and direct some traffic with 2 minutes to play. Gets a screen from Segratain, and a whistle and a foul called on Michaela Silas as she lowers her shoulder, and then that's the 4th on Michaela Silas. That'll put Segratain at the line to shoot 2 for the Monsters. Check that, the 4th team foul, not the 5th. Mathing is hard. Eastern basketball into Dagans on top. 2 minutes to play. Monsters by 6. Dagans goes right on Njokwe. Kicks it in the corner to Gonzalez. Now she'll drive through the paint. Double team comes. She's got to get rid of it, and a whistle and a foul called on Silas. And that's going to put the Monsters at the line to shoot. That'll be the 5th on Silas. She's fouled out of the game. The Monsters have had 2 disqualified. Now Cochise has 1 disqualified with Silas. That's 5 on Michaela Silas. So Silas is fouled out. So checking back in is Michelle Nkolo, replacing Silas, and now Gonzalez will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws for the Monsters. 1:46 to play. As Gonzalez will step to the line. Freshman from Brazil. First one back iron, no good. 6-point lead for Eastern. It's been a battle here this afternoon. Second one is good for Gonzalez. 1 out of 2. 59-52. Monsters by 7. Into Padilla. Working against Dagans. Right side to Joaquim. Works against Pearson. Backs her way down. And 1 for Jessie Joaquim. That'll be the 3rd on Millie Pearson. And Joaquim will go to the line trying to make it a 3-point play for the Apaches. 59-54. Joaquim, 6'2" sophomore from Madeira, Portugal. Free throw is good. She's perfect from the line today. And the Monsters lead is 4 with 94 seconds to play. Into the Eastern lineup, Denasia Romero replacing Millie Pearson. It will be Segratain to inbound. Into Gonzalez. Leaves it to Dagans, near side. Spins against Nkolo. Sprints it up to Romero. Now to Gonzalez. Monsters will run clock, 17 to shoot. Romero back to Gonzalez. 4-point lead for Eastern. Down to 9 to shoot. Gonzalez gets a screen, goes left on Joaquim. Leaves it back to Romero. 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot. Lets it go deep. Gonzalez in and out, no good. And Njoku chases down the rebound with a minute to play. Monsters lead by 4. And Njokwe into the front court. Off to Asbury. Asbury to Joaquim against Gonzalez this time. Now to Nkolo. Goes left, kicks it to Njokwe. Jumper on the way, good. And a timeout called by Cochise. Eastern lead down to 2, 59-57. 44.6 seconds to play. We'll be back inside Gateau Gymnasium after this this big conference matchup. Late season, only 3 more games to go after tonight. 59-57. Monsters looking to secure the 2nd seed in the region tournament. They'd be able to do that if they win out, but they've got to win here this afternoon first. Segretain to inbound, into Gonzalez. She'll sprint it to the near side, reverses it to Alex Mayer, lobs it up to Segretain, who catches, lobs it underneath to Romero, and Eastern will dribble out. On top to Gonzalez, 19 to shoot. Now to Dagans against Njokwe. See if she takes her. Goes right side, Alex Mayer, down to 13 to shoot. On top to Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes right around to screen. Top of the key to Romero, 4 to shoot, drives, floats, 15, no good. Rebounded by Nkolo, and a timeout called by Cochise with 13.2 seconds to play. Cochise will have a shot to win the game when we come back. .2 seconds to play. Cochise College will be able to inbound it front court right. It'll be Cochise basketball, front court right. Asbury to inbound. For Cochise, Monsters staying man-to-man. Cochise can get a shot to tie or win the game. Asbury to inbound. It poked away, stolen by the Monsters into the front court, and then a whistle and a foul called on Asbury. Great defense by Millie Pearson to get the steal, and to the line to shoot 2 for the Monsters will be Trinity Alex Mayer. The foul will be on Asbury. That'll be her second. Alex Mayer to the line, looking for her first points of the afternoon. The freshman from Anchorage, Alaska, went to Benson Poly. As I mentioned before, probably really enjoying her first Arizona winter compared to growing up in Anchorage, Alaska. Alex Mayer to shoot 2. First one is good. One more for Alex Mayer. Monsters lead by 3. This would be a big one. Fires. Back iron, no. Rebound is loose. Njokwe with the rebound, and a timeout called by Cochise. 9.5 seconds to play. Eastern now by 3. We'll see what Cochise draws up when we come back. The Monsters were able to defend the inbounds with 13.5 seconds to play. They'll have to do it again with 9.5 seconds to play.
So watch your step.
Eastern by 3, 60-57. Incolo to inbound, front court right for the Apaches against Segretain. In on top to Asbury, and a whistle and a foul called on Dagans. That's going to be her 5th. Check that, her 4th. That'll put Cochise at the line. Not a terrible foul there if you're Dagans, because that does put Asbury at the line to shoot 2 with a 3-point lead. That's the age-old question in college basketball, or in basketball in general. Do you foul up 3 late? I don't think the Monsters did it on purpose, but Asbury sinks the first. She'll get one more. 13 points for Asbury this afternoon. Second one on the way. In and out, no good. Gonzalez with the rebound and a timeout called by Eastern. 7 seconds to play. The Monsters lead by 2. They'll have the ball when we come back. Welcome back here to Eastern Arizona College. Lee Patterson with you. 7 seconds to play. Monsters lead by 2. They will inbound front court left. Alex Mayer to inbound. Got to hurry. Gets it into Romero, and she will be fouled immediately. She'll go to the line to shoot a couple. The foul will go on 77, and Njokwe, her second. And now Denasia Romero at the line. 13 points for Romero this afternoon. First one on the way, good for Romero. Romero to the line for her second with 5.7 seconds to play. This would be a big one. That one is up, in and out, no good. And a whistle and a timeout called by Cochise College with 5.7 seconds to play. Monsters by 3. They're going to have to defend one more time. Cochise will be able to move the ball into the front court. They are out of timeout. I think they're going to put a different amount of time on the clock. The clock didn't run. They're going to take it down to 5.4, so 0.3 seconds came off the clock. Cochise will inbound again, front court right. This time it will be Njokwe to inbound. Stephanie Gonzalez will be the defender. 0 timeouts left for Cochise College. Njokwe to inbound. Right corner to Asbury. 3. Short. Rebounded by, now we're going to call it jump ball. Alternating possession is going to stay with Cochise with 0.7 left. You can catch and shoot with .7. This was the same scenario that happened down in Douglas where Silas hit a 3. This one would be for the tie. The official's going to talk over something. Cochise basketball on the alternating possession. Njokwe will inbound. Cochise needs 3 to tie. Watch for that high ball screen for Asbury coming off of it. Njokwe to inbound. Underneath, Padilla can't hit, and the Monsters win. 61-58. And the Gila Monsters control their own destiny for the number 2 seed in the regional tournament. 61-58. The Monsters take 2 of 3 from Cochise College this year. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and recap this one. Talk to the player of the game coming up right after this. Welcome back inside here at Eastern Arizona College. Final score, Eastern wins at 61-58. Let's take a look at the final numbers for Cochise. Jesse Joachim, 15 points and 12 rebounds. 4 points and 2 rebounds for Michelle Incolo. 12 points and 7 rebounds for Carolina Padilla. 10 points for Michaela Silas. 13 for Kaylin Asbury. And 4 points and 3 rebounds for Paulette Njokwe. For Eastern Arizona College, Sarah Dang, 2 points, 4 points for Millie Pearson, 1 point for Trinity Alex Mayer, 15 points for E. Dagans to lead the Monsters today, 6 points and 5 rebounds for Celestine Secretain, 14 for Denasia Romero, 6 points for Stephanie Gonzalez, 5 points and 2 rebounds for Lucia Ausa, and 8 points and 19 rebounds tonight for Ashlyn Clarkson. Monsters control their own destiny now for the number 2 seed. If they win out in their remaining 3 games, they will be the number 2 seed and get a home game in the first round of the region tournament. That'll do it for us here today. For my statistician Amanda Patterson, I'm Lee Patterson saying thanks for watching. Men's game coming up next. We'll talk to you soon. Be safe.